Okay, hi friends. So this is a really short video which I'm inspired to do right now, and I want to talk about the difference between what we call good girl, bad girl, right? So actually, what is the difference between a good girl and a bad girl? I'm speaking from experience that I had recently, and this was a lady who was in her 50s, okay, but that inner child was not yet healed, or you can say the inner teenager was not yet healed, okay, and so her shadow side manifested, which I witnessed, and then I had to stay in my balance, okay, so that she could do her shadow work, process her shadows, because if I go into my shadow, then her shadow side will not integrate. I'm not giving her a chance to heal. Only by staying in my balance can I give someone a chance to heal, right? So the basic difference between what we call good girls and bad girls is that, see, bad girls are women whose power was taken away, who didn't know how to stay in their power, who had to, like, for example, sell their soul on many occasions, okay. They had to compromise their true self, and they did not heal from that, okay. So that bitterness remained inside. Now this bitterness, this trauma is so bad, it's so bad, it shuts down your heart chakra, it shuts down your throat chakra, it shuts down your third eye chakra. And it's not like someone makes a conscious decision, okay, that I went through all these things and I had to give up my power in all these ways. So for that reason, I'm going to shut my third eye, or I'm going to shut my throat or my heart chakra. No, no one makes a conscious decision like that. But these things happen at the unconscious mind level, because the unconscious mind is like a very it's the soul, right? So if you are presented with a 3D circumstance, a 3D situation, for example, 3 years you have to be in a particular job where you basically have to give your power away to all these imbalanced structures, okay. So if that is your karma, for 3 years you're going to suffer in this job, say for example, or any institution where you have to give your power away. So what the soul does is the soul has to cope, right? So certain parts of the soul leave, okay. What is called as soul loss, okay, that happens. This happens at the unconscious mind level, and that is what we call blockages in the chakras, okay. So maybe parts of the heart chakra will leave, so your divine feminine soul loss happens, okay. Or maybe parts of your root chakra leave, solar plexus leave, okay. And then later on these manifest into diseases, okay, because if you have extreme soul loss in your divine feminine, or if you have extreme soul loss in your divine masculine, then diseases can manifest, okay. Different types of diseases can manifest. So, and the soul is not able to re-anchor back into the body until that trauma is resolved. So it is called resolving issues, unresolved issues, okay. So that is what is done in spiritual practices. When we go to shivirs and all, many unresolved issues come up for clearing, and once the issue is resolved, that energy, the trauma energy, is released, okay, and then the soul is able to re-anchor, okay. And sometimes this process has to be repeated, okay. I really don't know why, but this process has to be repeated to heal any remaining anything that might remain in that situation that is not fully integrated and not made fully conscious, okay. So yeah, that is the basic difference between bad girls and good girls. Bad girls are just women who hold a lot of unresolved trauma to such an extent that a great amount of soul loss happens, okay. And when that soul loss happens, their personality changes, their identity changes, and these people also get a lot of entity attachments, okay. People who share the same wounds, okay, such entities are attached to them, and then they become these corrupted individuals in the system, and they pollute the whole system. So the only way to heal the system is to release the traumas, okay. And this work has to be, in fact, like for job criteria, people are asked, what is your educational qualification. So to get any job in the system, you should have a clean energetic system, you should have a clean chakra system. So that should be the first qualification that is asked. That is the only way to save the system. Because if you have a person who is like having major soul loss and major issues, and this person ends up in a professional place, this is really terrible. There should be some psychology test, there should be some anti-narcissist environments, professional, because that is what, according to a Stasi, it is professionalism. Rest is not professionalism, because if you are employing sick people, they are going to cause issues when it comes to things like team building. We have this in corporates. There are people who were special coaches, and they, because I had one student like that, he and his girlfriend were studying art with me for a few weeks. So he described to me how his job is about team building, okay, and ensuring that the project gets done and resolving all the issues. But if you have healthy people in professional institutes, especially in the government, okay, then issues won't arise only, or very few issues will arise. So for that we need to have, like, see, for COVID, how we have this RT-PCR test, so like that we have to have some anti-demon test or something, I mean healthy psychology test or something like that, or anti-narcissism test, okay. uh, yeah, so that's how we build 5D societies, right? Because after all, you have to earn it, you have to earn your status. Because see, if you are having issues, maybe in a professional environment you can hide it, but finally you can't hide your issues with relationships like family, with children, with your wife. You cannot hide issues there, okay? And very soon we'll have systems where you cannot hide issues in a professional environment also. Like the professional environment won't accept such emotional baggage because it affects. Like for example, like if you look at the taxi services, cab drivers, these people come from backgrounds where they're carrying a lot of trauma and issues are there, and their behavior is very bad unless the company is like, mostly I've noticed these cab drivers and all, they don't have a good behavior, okay, and then we just shirk it off, but if you have to have a clean system, then there should be standards, okay, there should be standards of polite behavior, there should be standards of respect, okay. And most of the companies, they really don't ensure this degree of standards, okay. I mean, you get my point. What I'm trying to tell you is like, we cannot let this emotional baggage, okay. I was explaining about good god and bad god, and I kind of started talking about professional systems, but it matters. So we cannot have these kinds of issues going on in our professional system, especially not in a school environment or a college environment. No, no. We need healthy, psychologically healthy individuals, mental, emotional, body balance. Okay, less number of traumas. We cannot expect enlightened individuals at this stage, but at least we can expect 50% of total health, psychological health. I mean, at least some standard should be there, right? So now it's just a matter of seeing which individuals create such 5D structures, and because there is potential for new systems, and I'm looking forward to which star seeds are going to come ahead, which new thought new thought movement people are going to come forward and create such professional structures, where service matters, where psychological health matters, where interaction matters, okay, quality of interaction matters. So that is the only difference. And what is the difference? What is a good girl like? A good girl is someone who is just, basically she does not give her power away. She just breaks the entire matrix down. Okay, you must have seen in those Hindu serials where they show the goddess Lord Shiva and goddess Parvati's love story. So she does celibacy, she meditates, and for many years, and then she's trapped in a matrix. It is shown as a cave, but actually the cave is just a symbol for the matrix. Okay, so when she comes to know her true self, when she gets enlightened, she clears the karmic monad, the entire cave sort of explodes. Okay, so good girls do that. They explode the system. That's the only difference. So bad girls will like give up parts of their soul loss. And remember, with every soul loss, you're separating with your twin. They give up their soul. The bitterness remains inside, and whenever they get a slight upper hand, a slight bit of power, they'll show their wounded self. Okay, they'll project their issues. So that is a bad girl. And a good girl is someone who basically breaks down the 3D matrix. I mean, I'm talking about metaphysically. Okay, yes, you can also be an activist, you can also do some things for society. That is the physical part of it. But I'm talking about the way a good girl heals her traumas and doesn't project it on others is by completely obliterating the karmic timelines. I'm talking about karmic timelines because karmic timelines are the prison in which you are re-traumatized and re-traumatized and re-traumatized, and soul loss happens, and then you turn into a bad girl. Okay, so a good girl basically does that thing great. It's not so much about morals, it's not so much about values, no, just about technical aspects. Okay, we don't have the technical knowledge of how to break this 3D timeline prison matrix. Okay, it's a matter of engineering, soul engineering, understanding understanding the multidimensional self. Okay, it's what is loosely termed as spirituality, but for me it's a form of engineering. Okay, because you're studying in detail all the occult, all the subtle bodies. This can go as deep as you want it to go. Okay, so yeah, and there are many things you can do with this knowledge also, because this knowledge is needed at this time. Okay, that is the only difference. If someone's wounds are truly healed, they will never behave in a negative way. Why would they behave in a negative way? If someone knows that they are in their power and they have access to their power, and all the wounds that they had in the past was because they were just running a karmic timeline, and there are ways to clear that karmic timeline, although it's not easy, but there are ways. Then people, instead of projecting their issues, will just start learning the techniques of how to clear the karmic timeline. So you see, main problem is spiritual teachers never told you this. Spiritual teachers never told you this. They just made you run after them round and round for years, drinking drinking the water of their feet. They didn't give you the keys to freedom. Some people gave, because I know, I'm not saying, I'm not talking bad about a lot of many spiritual teachers like Paramahansa Yogananda ji. I respect him a lot. He taught Kriya Yoga, and Kriya Yoga, the real Kriya Yoga, is pretty secret because the real Kriya Yoga is very powerful. It burns up the karmic patterns, burns them up. What do I mean by burning up karmic patterns? I mean exiting the prison matrix, exiting the prison timelines, 3D prison timelines, so that you are in your power, so that you are healed. You don't have to project your issues on others. Okay, you function on different timelines. Okay, when there is no karma in your soul, because when there is karma in your soul, those records are there inside. So that is the kind of reality that you get outside. Okay, so that's how it is a prison. Okay, that is the only difference between good and bad. That is the only difference. And we bring so much morality. Yeah, I understand that perspective of morality, but it is just a matter of technical understanding of how reality works. Okay, so that's what I had to share for today. I hope you like the video. If you like it, please give it a like, share it, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again next time.